Okay, my dudes, I got two more knives here. These are both clones. This one's a clone of the Model 95 sheer Gorov titanium frame lock with carbon fiber insert. And this one is Christopher Reeves sebenza, full size, whatever number, I don't care. Clone, of course. So I originally bought this knife because it was cheap from LTD on, some AliExpress, DH, whatever website. You can do the math on that one. And it was about $45, $50. So I pretty much knew I wasn't going to be able to afford a $1,500 sheer Gorov, or I wasn't going to put the money towards it. So why not have the knockoff? You can, mull over the ethics of that in your own time, or leave it in the comments for me to ignore. But this is a pretty nice knife, and when I first got it, it was really rickety and a little bit, had some side to side. The pivot wouldn't stay still, and it backed out, just normal for if you've ever bought a Chinese piece of crap knife. So I took it apart, and when I took it apart, this screw here was so tight that I couldn't really get it out, and when I finally did, putting it back in, I broke the head off. So when I broke the head off of that, I contacted the manufacturer, which, why did I even try? I don't know, but he got back to me and said that they don't sell the screws there. I only wanted one screw, and I was willing to pay for it. So he said if I wanted a new screw, in so many words, that I would have to buy a new knife and then ask for a new screw then. So I asked him if I had to buy the same knife, and he said no. So I bought this one and asked for a new screw. When this came, it had all new screws for this knife, not for this. So I found a different site on there, then just got sheer crap lucky and bought a handful of screws for like $3, and it ended up fitting it. But overall, I actually don't mind this knife. For $45, the only thing that I don't like about it is there's a little bit of up and down in the detent when it's shut. It flips crazy good. It's ridiculously light. I like the carbon fiber. It's milled, not ground. It says it's S35VN. We probably all know that's crap. Milled pocket clip. This is a pretty odd mechanism here. I'm sure it's just a form of thievery, but this is only one screw, which would lead you to believe that this is going to have major play here. But what they did was they put a detent ball at the back here, and then a hole in the clip so that it keeps it steady, while only having to have one screw hardware to keep the theme here. I don't know if it's exactly to spec like the other one, but it's about 8.5 inches. And this one about the same, maybe a little less on the sebenza. I don't know what the original dimensions are. I don't know what the real knife dimensions are, but that is what you're going to get if you're going to get it. I've got chubby chuck hands, and it fits pretty good. Pocket clip is awesome. I will say it is so tight, and up against this right here, it has a tendency to kill my pants. Everybody has gone through that with other knives here and there. But overall, I actually like this knife. I carry it pretty much, on the regular grind. I have normal knives that I carry that are like, legit, not copies of something that I like to carry too. But this one gets probably 90% of my work use, only because I don't mind beating on it. Now when I got this one, it was the same ordeal. Really rickety out of the box, super tight, couldn't flip it, can barely flip it now, and it hurts. It's on washers. The detent is so tight that I instantly had to take it apart. It was all full of grease and oil that had shavings and whatnot in it, which is pretty normal when you get a Chinese knife. So I took it apart, and I couldn't get it back together in the right way to get it right, and it was such bad lock stick that I had to carbonize the lock face on this one too. And then I also anodized it, which doesn't have anything to do with anything, but it's actually pretty good knife. like they say this is S35VN again, and you know I doubt it, but it holds an edge for what it's worth. I don't use it as much as this one because it's just sort of a pain to use. But if you're going to buy one, I recommend not buying this one from LTD. Not a good knife. If you do want to work on a knife that's kind of like that or want to have one, pick a different site and pay a little more. I mean, this one was only like $45. They have some that are out there that are $50, $60, and I'm sure can't be worse. So yeah, just either save up your $500 and buy a real one, or you know, buy a different company. Don't buy from LTD. They are cheap, but they're just not that great. I guess any Chinese company isn't exactly, you know, great when it comes to it, but these knives are what they are, and like I said, the moral ethic of it is up to you. But this one here, I would definitely purchase from LTD. It's a nice knife. You clean it up a little bit, and it works well. Thin blade stock here, slices really well. Great for like cardboard packages. If this were going to be S35 yen, I would believe this one is, but I don't believe this one is because this one scratches and is really soft. Super easy to sharpen, doesn't hold an edge very well. This one's hard to sharpen, harder steel, holds an edge decently well, but not like what S35 yen should do. And I have S35 yen knives. So I guess it's up to you guys. If you like them, buy them, but it's up to you. Bye.